Well, hello everybody. Welcome once again from Hagerstown, Maryland. The 11 o'clock game with the West Virginia Wild Middle School team versus the Morgantown Blades. So far, the Morgantown is played a couple games. They've won both of their games. Wild played one last night, if you were not tuned in, and they won their game against the Vipers. So this should be a good matchup. From what I understand, this Morgantown team's a pretty tough team, as I think they always have. The buzzer sounds, warm-ups are over, we huddle up and get ready to get into action. And here they come, folks. WV Wild getting ready to get underway against the Morgantown Blades. Coach Zach, Brooke, Ryan over there getting everybody all set and ready to go. Taking the ice, looks like Holly, Adkins, Barry, Wade, and on the other side over there, Braden Miller made quite a showing yesterday in his debut back after a couple injuries, with a goal and assist, and even got into a little tussle with somebody. So we call that the Gordie Howe. We don't call it that. That is what it is called. But a good effort yesterday by the West Virginia Wild. Sticks are tapping. Stripes pointing at the goalies. And puck was dropped. Face off won by the Wild. Miller tries to get it to Adkins. Turned over to Morgantown. Holly picks it up. He tries to get it ahead to Adkins, tied up by the Blades. Or not the Blades, the Mohawks. I think I called them the Morgantown Blades. They are the Mohawks. The Blades is their youth hockey team. So I may get that mixed up some more, but if I do, I'm sorry, but I will try my best to keep it straight. Face-off won by Wild back to Barry. Barry sends it ahead, picked up by the Mohawks. Mohawks, hard pass off the wall to another Mohawk who sends it in deep. Wade goes to the corner, sends it on around. Ollie picks it up. He tries to get around the Mohawk. It's tied back up. Puck broke free, back out the middle, neutral ice. Mohawks pass it ahead, send a shot on the Jonah, who pulls it in and stops play. Face-off won by the Mohawks. Shot put on. Jonah gloves it. Stops play once again. Face off. Back to Jonah. Jonah sends it over to Woods. Woods sends it up the boards. They sent to neutral ice. That's Wynn goes after it. Ruth goes over to the Mohawk. Mohawks put another shot on Jonah. And that is turned away. Mohawks pick it up deep in the zone. Put a backhand shot on Jonah. He steers it to the side. Then digs it out the corner, sends it to Gibson. Gibson sends it to neutral ice. It's turned over by the Mohawks. Mohawks come back the other way. And they put another shot on Jonah. That's probably about 4 shots on Jonah so far. So all the action has been on the Wild defensive end so far. Then Call lines up for the face-off. Off the draw, go back to the Mohawks. Mohawks defender skates it across. He goes in deep, he goes around the net. He backhands a centering pass. Not able to get his stick on it. Call brings it back. Call brings it into the Mohawks side for the first time. Back deep in the corner. Picked up on the other side. Sent back around. That was Davis that sent it back around. E-step picks it up at the blue line. He tries to send it back in. Hits a Mohawk, bounces back out. Mohawks come back the other way. Getz is there to defend. Back in the corner. Mohawks come around, put a shot on Jonah from the backhand. Wrap around the 10, and it's turned away. Puck back out the neutral zone. Mohawks pass it forward. That's Nelson there. He makes a hit. Takes a shot on Jonah and hits the crossbar and out of play. A ripper of a shot on Jonah. And one of these days, Jonah, I am going to call you by your last name, but it is not today. I talked to his mom last night trying to get the pronunciation right, and I thought I had it, and then I'm just not comfortable again. I believe it is Monique, but I'm not comfortable enough with that, so I'm just still Jonah. Anyway, puck back in on the Mohawks end, turned over. Mohawks skate it back out. That's Cash, sends a shot on the Jonah. Jonah turns it away. Wade sends it up the wall, back to the defense. Smith shoots it ahead. Goes wide into the wall, picked up by Miller in the corner. Miller sends it to Adkins. Turned over and back in. Wade goes to the corner, he sends it up the wall. It pops back out to the center on the stick of a Mohawk. Barry is there to clear it on out to neutral. Mohawks send it over to Cash. Cash lines up for a shot. It goes wide. Picked up by the Mohawks in the corner. Barry is there to tie him up. Send it back up the boards. Puck sent out front with a shot, and Jonah able to knock that one down and keep it out. 11:04 left in the first period. And it is 0-0. I'll put the scoreboard on there for you. Mohawk shot, hit by another Mohawk. Try to clear, hit off of a shaft of a stick of Gibson. Mohawks take it back in deep, skates behind the net, sends it back out to the defender. Defender sends it back to the corner. He trips, falls. Woods goes, sends it on around the boards, picked up by Gibson on the other side. He's tied up with a Mohawk. And the puck is sent back out to neutral ice, picked up by Snyder, 66, the Mohawks. And he's going to carry it on around the net, and he sets up, and he sends it back to the defense. Defense sends a shot on. Jonah's there to pad that. And Woods ships it back out to neutral. Wynn picks it up at neutral. He sends it ahead to Gibson. Can't get his stick on it. Goes back deep into the Mohawks zone. Picked up by the Mohawks and skated out. Mohawks skate all the way through the neutral zone. Around Wilden buries it for a goal. So it was 1-0. Mohawks. 10:02 left in the first period. Whoever that Mohawk was there, he skated from one end all the way through a bunch of wild players right in front of Jonah and takes a shot and scores that one. Davis skates all the way through the neutral zone, dumps it in deep. Call goes behind the net after it. E-step picks up the puck on the boards. Swanson comes in to help. Puck sent back in to the corner. Mohawks sent it back out through neutral. Getson's going to pick it up in our own end. He sends it behind the net over to Swanson. Mohawks pick it up in the corner. E-step comes in. And we got Swanson and E-step and a couple Mohawks there all battling in our blind spot there. Mohawks come out with it. He's doing a lot of fancy stick handling and tries to get something off there, but got this turned over and sent back to the corner. Paul comes out with it. And Davis skated into the Mohawks end. It comes back out to Nelson. Nelson sets up for a shot, and Jonah says, nuh-uh. That comes back out, back into neutral. Davis battling for it. And the Mohawks dump it back in for at least one of them will get a line change. Big collision over there on the far wall. Mohawks attempt to center it up. Puck knocked away. Mohawks attempt to center again, but it is again knocked away. Swanson tries to clear. Mohawks send it back in deep. Mohawks pick it up in the corner. And they center a pass and a quick shot on Jonah. Jonah pads that away, and Wild is able to clear it. They're actually able to ice it. So 7:31 left in the first period. Icing. We'll face off back on our end. Atkins taking the draw. Goes back to the corner. Wade. He moves it behind the net over to Miller on the other side. Miller runs into another Mohawk scorer and a shot put on deflection, but Jonah's able to keep that out. Backhand shot goes wide. Centering pass comes over to Holly. Holly skates it around. And he skates it all the way out, and it gets onto the stick of, they knock it away, gets on the stick of Adkins. Adkins comes in with his, and he scores. Kane Adkins with a goal with 6:53 left in the first period. Holly was trying to skate that out, and it looked like it got knocked off of his stick onto the stick of Adkins, and Adkins able to put it into the top corner. Beautiful goal. And we are tied up here. 6:45 left. Puck sent back out to neutral. Barry knocks it back the other way. Kane Adkins picks it up again. They try to tie him up. He puts another shot on it. That time it goes wide. Sent back up the boards to Wade. He tries to chip it back in, but the Mohawks get it momentarily. Miller picks it back up. He skates it in. He's going to do some moves, and he takes a shot. It goes wide to the corner. Adkins there to try to get back control of that. Mohawks get it, skate behind the net, and they skate it all the way out. Holly puts on the pressure. Barry puts on the pressure. Puck knocked away free. Mohawks regain it, and now we just got a battle for it. Mohawks skate out front, tries to get a backhand shot off. It is knocked away. Barry picks it back up. He's going to skate behind the net, and he moves it up the wall over to Holly. Mohawks come out of there with it. Tries to get a shot on, and it is sent back out to neutral ice. The Mohawks are going to chase that back down in their own end. Miller putting on the pressure. Try to clear. Ruth is there to knock it back in. Ruth chases. He gets around Ruth, comes back out the center, and he's coming to the speed. It's Nelson. And he goes all the way in and makes a move on Jonah, and Jonah's able to say, not today, buddy. Back center around behind the net and up the wall, cleared back out the center. Mohawks pick it up in the neutral. Nelson again. Wynn putting on pressure. Gibson, additional pressure. Wynn goes to the other corner. He gets knocked down. And here comes Big Walker Woods skating in with some authority. And he tries to move it in, and it goes back to the point. Gibson covering for him and sends it. Goes wide, picked up by E-Step. E-Step sends it back in. Back behind the net to Gibson. Gibson's looking for someone to center to. He needs center to Wynn, and it comes butts off of the skates. He couldn't get his stick on that one. And Nelson again picks it back up, and he skates through all kinds of wild players. Goes to the corner. Nelson comes out with it again and passes it to Snyder, who puts a shot on, and it's cleared away over to the side. Sent back around the corner in my blind spot. Again, Nelson comes out with it, sends it back to Mohawks. And that was Nelson to Snyder, and then back to Nelson again, who score. So 2-1. With, I believe that's 5:45 left. The clock is hard to read. All right, Paul skates through center. He tries to skate it in. It gets knocked away. Davis picks it up. He dumps it in deep. Snyder picks it up behind the net. And Snyder comes in, puts a shot on to Jonah. Jonah turns it away. Rebound. Not able to get that shot off. Big hit. Paul and Snyder collide. So looks like Snyder's going to go to the box for interference. It'd be nice to get him off the ice and have a power play. So, and we face off, and on the Mohawks end. Atkins lines up for the face-off with Holly, Miller, Barry, and Woods. Goes back to Woods. Woods puts a hard shot on it. Looks like it hits Miller, and Barry gets it. He tries to put a shot back on, and it is over to Adkins, who puts a shot on it. Goes wide, back into the corner deep. Mohawks move it back up to Nelson. Nelson's going to, wow, what a saucer pass over to another Mohawk. Byers, he skates around, sticks lifted by Barry. Barry's able to get that puck away, move it up the boards. And Miller puts the pressure on. And Adkins gets knocked down. And now we have Nelson and Snyder in the box. It's a It's a really good scenario for us. Those are two really good players. So having a 5-on-3 for 1:20 with 2:23 left in the first, and two of their really good players are now in the box. So hopefully we can knot this game up here in the next 1:20 seconds. And it got quiet in here all of a sudden. I think it's quiet as they try to put the other penalty on the scoreboard. Adkins, Holly, Miller, Woods, Barry lining up for the face-off, 5-on-3. Nelson and Snyder both in the box. Face-off, won by the Mohawks, sent around the boards. Holly sends it up to Miller. Miller, back to Woods. Woods is going to put a shot on, and Miller, yes! Woods put the shot on, and it gets a rebound to Miller, who has time to set up and bury that one. So now it is 2-2, and that'll put one of those boys back on the ice, but one will still be in the box. So we still have a 5-on-4. But unfortunately, Snyder is back on the ice. And if I want a Snyder back on the ice with the Wild, I want it to be Crosby. Not playing against us for sure. Anyway, Miller sends it back to Woods. Woods puts a nice hard shot on the goalie, and they're able to stop that. Holly, Miller there, ready for those rebounds. 1:28 left on the second penalty. Face off won by the Wild. Woods sends it back to Barry. Barry puts a shot on, and gloved by the Mohawks. 2-2. With, I think, 1:46 left. Face off won by the Wild. Holly tries to get a pass back to Woods, but turned over to the Mohawks. Mohawks skated in. Barry puts pressure on the wall. Holly goes in, and they're in the blind spot. But Adkins comes out with it. Adkins, he skates around up the wall. Mohawks loses his stick. Adkins tries to send the puck on around. Picked up by, like, Holly and Miller are there. Miller gets control. And he skates through traffic. His puck is knocked away over to the far wall. Mohawks pick it up, come back the other way. Toe check by Barry. Barry sends it ahead to Miller, who sends it to Adkins. Adkins puts the shot on from far off there. It hits the glove of a Mohawk. Picked up in the corner by Holly. It touches the stick of Miller back to Adkins, who puts a hard shot on. And it goes back behind the net to the Wild and back out onto the stick of Snyder, who skates in through traffic and puts another shot on, but then is able to keep that one out. Wynn picks it up. Wynn skates behind. He puts a pass over to Holly. Holly sends it over to Barry. Barry sends it back out to Wynn and to neutral. Tries to feed Ruth with a pass there, but it misses and goes back the other way. Mohawk player taken down. Nelson, he's back out of the box, and he takes a shot on, deflected off the stick and into the net for a whistle with 6.7 left. .7 left in the first period. 2-2. Puck center up the boards to Gibson, who tries to feed a pass He does feed it past Ruth, but the time runs out. So after one period, we are knotted up at 2-2. I'm going to let the coaches coach their team there, and I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Period 2, getting ready to get underway. We got Ruth, Wynn, Gibson lining up. Start this period. Barry, Wade in the back. Let's go Wild. I see you, Brian Lister. And following this game, after a reset of everything and a Zamboni run, I'm going to live stream the Chiefs game. They also play Morgantown. That starts at 12:30. So I'll be right here to stream that game as well. I'm going to do as much as I can, much as schedule and battery life, etc. allows. I'll try to do middle school and high school as much as possible, but I will have the 12:30 Chiefs game on. Nelson skates it in. He tries to make a move around Wild. Wild, it's like I think that was a backhand pass back, but Barry picks it up behind the net. Sends it, tries to send it around. It gets stopped. Sent back the other direction. Wade picks it up on the other side. He'll send it up to Logan. Logan skates it out. Tries to get around a Mohawk. Three. Mohawks send it back up to that Nelson. And he gets the puck knocked away. Barry knocks it away momentarily. Mohawks able to dump it back in. Wade sends it back the other direction. Picked up again by Barry. Barry was going to pass up the wall, but he changes his mind, sends it back to Wade. Wade sends it back the other direction. Call is there to pick it up. And Call comes out with it. And it is turned over to the Mohawks. Nelson comes back the other direction with it. It's poked away by Wynn. Wynn sends it back to Wade. And almost able to get a shot off there. Gibson carries it back the other way. He sends it in deep. It goes behind the goal. Call is there to level a Mohawk player, and he's going to get a penalty. So Call is going to go to the box for interference. And now we will go on the PK. Shorthanded, and we are going to face off on the other end, and no time has ran off the clock. Well, maybe there has. I thought it said 15, but part of the clock is missing there, so I think it's 13 minutes. We'll say it's 13. Left in the second period. Snyder, Nelson back on the ice. Snyder on defense. Nelson up at wing. Mohawks win, go back to Nelson and to Snyder. Snyder's going to send it on around in deep. Picked up behind the net by another Mohawk, who sends it back out to the blue line. Back in deep. Oh, and he sends a pass over to somebody waiting at the back doors. Nelson, they were waiting on it, but he's not able to get that on his stick. But he had an open net. Mohawks, puck is knocked out to neutral. The Mohawks carry it back in. He tries to get a shot off and whiffs. And he sends a pass to Snyder on to Jonah, and a rebound, and the Mohawks are able to score. Didn't stand much of a chance with that one at all. They moved the puck around very well there. They had people in position, people there to scoop up those rebounds. So it goes to 3-2, and we go back to full strength. Face off. Snyder carries it again. He puts a hard shot on Jonah. Jonah gloves it and whistle. 12:15 remaining in the second period. Both teams full strength. Mohawks up by 1. Face off won by the Wild. Back to Getz. Getz sends it around. Holly picks it up in the corner. He sends it on around. Picked up by Getz on the other side. Getz sends it up to neutral. Picked up by the Mohawks. Holly, Adkins put pressure on. Mohawks send it back in deep. Swanson picks it up. He moves it on around to Getz. Getz tries to send it up to Miller. The Mohawks able to send it back in. Swanson goes to the corner. Mohawks try to put it out front again. Picked up by Holly in the corner. Sent up to Adkins and then to Miller. They're going to go through neutral. Turned over to the Mohawks. Mohawks skate back the other way. 1-on-4. Mohawks put a shot onto Jonah, and he is going to freeze that. And it gives us a chance to get a line change with 11:30 left in the second period. Shot count is 6 for the Wild and 14 for the Mohawks. Face off won by the Mohawks, sent back to defense. Shot put on from the blue line. Jonah turns that away, sent to the corner to Wade. Wade sends it to Holly. Holly out to Miller. Miller skates it out. He passes to Adkins, intercepted by the Mohawks, and they carry it back the other direction. Mohawks come in, back to the defender. And Mohawks put a shot on. Stopped by Barry. Barry sends it back out to center. Miller puts pressure on the Mohawks. Mohawks able to get it back out to the neutral zone. Adkins picks it up. Adkins sends it back to Wade. Wade sends it ahead to, tries to hit the stick of Holly. And then it goes back in the Mohawks in. Mohawks get it. Come back the other way, 2-on-2. Mohawks make a move around Wade. Goes to the corner. It goes up the wall to defense. Defense puts a hard shot on. And that hits, it sounded like it hit the post or during a skate. Another hard shot put on it, goes wide. Picked up on the other side of the net. Mohawks move it back out onto the stick of Nelson. Nelson rips one. It goes wide. Wade goes behind the net. They send it up the wall over to Holly. And Mohawks pick it back up and they're able to send it back in. Adkins has it now. Adkins skates behind the net. Adkins passes up the wall to Miller. Mohawks get that. He tries to make a little dinky move around. And Nelson passes it over on the other side to another Mohawk who's not able to pull the trigger, and it is cleared back out to neutral. Adkins puts the pressure on. Mohawks clear out the center, but Miller's there to pick it up. He skates it in. He makes a stop. Puck comes off his stick, picked up by the Mohawks. Mohawks move back the other direction. Woods and Wade there to defend. Mohawks put a shot on Jonah. He steers it away. Goes to the corner. Mohawk goes down in the corner. Puck sent up to Holly, who sends it to Adkins. Adkins tries to skate it out. Mohawks poke it right back in. And then Ruth tries to clear it out. He does. Goes out the center onto the stick of Holly. Holly's going to skate it in. He's got one of him to 3, and then now Ruth is there to help. And it's like puck goes back out to the center. They try to make a pass. It hits Wynn. Goes back to the neutral. Picked up by Snyder again. Snyder's going to skate in, and he rips another shot from the top of the face-off circle. It hits Jonah and then hits the corner of the net and in. So that kid is absolutely dangerous. So 4-2 in the second period. .6:25 left in the second period. Cash. The Mohawks come down. Skates through, gets a shot on. Jonah, save, and whistle. 6:16 remaining in the second period. Paul's going to line up for the face-off. It goes to the corner. Paul picks it up. Tries to make a move around a Mohawk. Mohawks get their stick on it. Wild's able to send it back up to Paul. Paul skates it in deep. Mohawks pick it back up again. Snyder once again sends it back out to center. Swanson clears, and Mohawks come back in, and they're going to call offside on that. Davis call E-step, lining up for the face-off. Face-off won by the Mohawks. Mohawks skated in. Shot, and a glove by Jonah. 7:37 left in the second period. It's 4-2. This is a good team. I knew we were going to have our hands full today. Off the face-off, Mohawks try to take a shot. Whiff. Skated out by Ben Call. He tries to pass. Turned over to the Mohawks. Mohawks center it up right into the slot, and he gets a shot that's blocked. Paul picks it up. He tries to clear it again. Mohawks pick it up again, take a shot. It hits Jonah and goes to the corner. Snyder once again picks it up. It's turned over to the Wild, and Barry is able to force that out, and they are not calling ice on that. Mohawks pick it up deep. Paul is there to tie him up. Snyder picks it up again. Passes ahead to Mohawk. They skate it in. Barry there to put that pressure on. Sent to the other side. Mohawk try to get a shot on it. It hits a... They got a shot on there. It deflected off the stick, and they're able to... Rebound comes out, and they're able to put that one in. And it is 5-2. See if I can see what happened here. All right, we're down by 3. Adkins comes out with it. He skates to the wall. He still has it. He's to the corner. He sends it back out to Holly. Holly gets a shot on, but it is sent to the side. Comes back out. Holly tries to send it back in, and we have a stoppage for sending Miller to the box for a trip. 6:01, we're on a penalty kill. And the shot count is 6-23. Face off controlled by the Wild, sent up the wall by Adkins, picked up by Getz. Back out to neutral. Getz is going to send it back in deep. Mohawks pick it up behind their own net. But that's Nelson. He skates it out. He skates to center. He skates through. Holly trying to tie him up. Woods trying to tie him up. Holly picks it up behind the net. Getz meets him on the wall. And Getz is able to send it back out to neutral. Mohawks send it back in, and they're going to call a high stick on that. Yep. So he hit it with a high stick, so we're going to face off down in the Mohawks territory. Nelson knew that. He was waiting before he touched it. It looks like he got forced into touching it anyway, so they call that. Anyway, face-off won by the Mohawks. Mohawks skate behind their net. Atkins goes behind to pressure them out. They pass it out, and they skate through neutral. Getz. It's a bump on him. Pass comes out to center. Turned over. Adkins comes out. Adkins going to send it in deep. Keep chasing it behind the net with another Mohawk. Sent back the other direction and up the wall. Bring it out. Gets neutral ice to Getz. Getz is going to send it back forward. And it goes back into our own end. Getz goes behind the net. He stops. He sends it over to Holly. Holly changes directions. And he comes out with it. And he tries to pass it ahead. It hits a Mohawk. Bounces back. Holly gets it again. Holly feeds Adkins with a pass. Goes back out to neutral. Mohawks make a move. And they come back in. And he tries to get a pass over. He's tied up by Adkins. Jonah is knocked down, but able to get his glove over that puck. And we are back to full strength. 3:52 left in the second period. We get a line change. Win. Controls the face-off. It is sent back to Leighton Walker. Sends it back up. It's turned over to Mohawks. Snyder picks it up again. Sends it back to the neutral zone. Barry picks it back, pokes it back out, and the Mohawks come in offside. Face-off won by the Mohawks. They send it in deep. Gibson goes to the corner. Mohawks send it back to defense. Gibson caught up with another Mohawk. Goes out to Leighton Walker, who sends it on around. Snyder there. We'll try to pick it up. Ruth is there to carry it up the wall. And gets on the stick of Barry, who sends it back out to neutral. Mohawks have it again in their own end. Sit back up to on the stick of Snyder. Gibson comes over, pressures him. He loses the puck. And gets sent back to neutral ice by the Wild. The Mohawks pick it back up again. Diaz. They send it back up to neutral. He tries to carry it in. It gets poked away by Barry. And Nelson, once again, making moves. And he gets around and scores another. Face off won by the Mohawks. Mohawks skate through center. Sent back to Wade. Wade tries to clear it off the wall. Picked up by the Mohawks again. Nelson once again. I don't know that Nelson and Snyder are leaving the ice. They're out there all the time. Sent back out to the slot. Shot put on by the Mohawks, and Jonah able to lay on that one. .202 remaining in the second period. Puck comes back out to the center. Mohawks move it back ahead. Swanson sends it back out. Mohawks come back in offside again. The Mohawks get a line change. Even though Nelson says, no, I'm good. I want to stay. We got 77 here for the Mohawks lining up against Davis. Shore. I bet they call him Shorzy. On the stick of Woods. Sends it ahead to Ben Hall. Hall's going to move it up to Davis. And it goes in deep in the Mohawks end. Davis battling with the Mohawks. In the corner, and I can't see it. It's my blind spot. Hall comes out with it. He makes a backhand shot. It goes wide. Picked up on the other side by Estep. Estep tries to get a pass over. Intercepted by the Mohawks. Mohawks move it up. He misreads that. Picked up by Getz. Getz is going to send it right back out. Call. Passes over to Miller. Miller back to Call. And Call is going to send a great pass over there to Davis, but not able to get his stick on it. He was in a good position there. Mohawks bring it back the other way. Call, Shore tied up near boards. Sent back to Smith. Miller goes over, puts the pressure on. Puck knocked back in. Woods goes to the corner. He picks it up. He skates behind the net and sends it up the wall. Picked up by Mohawks, who put a quick shot on Jonah. .6 seconds left in the second period. Our shot count is 6-28. Adkins comes out with it. He skates in. He gets bumped down. He gets shouldered down by the Mohawks. And time expires. And that is the end of period number 2. So we're going to meet up, regroup, come out with a new plan and hopefully new energy. But the shot count is 6-28, so 7. Now they're saying 7. 20. They just added one for us. So anyway, Jonah doing a phenomenal job out there. He's facing 28. Well, they're updating it now. Now they're saying 30 shots. So Just need to get that. Just need to get more shots on goal and less shots on us. But I'll be right back for period number 3. All right, period number 3 underway. Face-off controlled by the Mohawks. Back to Nelson. Nelson sends it all the way up to 76, Ryan. Ryan tries to feed a pass, but he whiffs on that pass. It's under him as he goes down, or he went down, and now it's under him. Ryan comes up with it and tries to put a shot while he was still down. It goes wide. Mohawks, guess who? Snyder picks it back up. Gets turned over to Barry. Barry's going to move it out to neutral. Adkins sends it back ahead. He feeds a pass to the Mohawk. Holley tries to stop that, but it goes on the stick of Ryan. Ryan makes a quick stop, puts a centering pass there, but he's not able to get his stick on it. He's tied up by Barry. In the corner, Adkins. He picks it up. He reverses directions. Sends it back up the wall. It's going to go back out to Snyder. Who puts a shot on, a rebound attempt by Ryan, and it goes behind the net. Puck comes free. Nobody sees it. And it goes back out. Nelson picks it up. This kid can skate. He collides with Adkins. Sent back out to center. Snyder picks it up. He skates around. He puts a hard shot on. Jonah able to get his blocker and stick on that. He comes back out again, and a rebound comes out, and he's able to backhand it into the other side. And we are now 7. There's that, yep. 7-2 in the third period. Face off back to Swanson. Swanson over to Getz. Getz sends it up to Ruth. Ruth's going to carry it in. He's got Gibson. He's got Wynn with him. Mohawks knock it away. Ruth goes down. Puck comes out to neutral and back out to Swanson and our own end. Back at the feet of Wynn. Gibson takes a shot. Wynn picks it up on the other side. Comes back out to Gibson, gives it back to Swanson, give us time to get out. Swanson's going to send it over to Getz. Getz trying to work it up. He gets it dumped in deep. Mohawks pick it up behind their own net. Gibson putting on the pressure. They get around. Over to Hewitt, over to another Mohawk, and she skates out front and puts a backhand shot. And now we got a lot of whacking at the goalie, pushing and shoving, yelling, jawing. And as Wood steps in to say, you better go somewhere else. 11:40 left in the third period. Face off won by the Mohawks. Hard slap shot put on by Nelson at the blue line. It goes wide. Into the corner. Woods is there to put the pressure on. He gets that. He sends it up the wall. E-step. Comes out. Chases. He's on the stick of Nelson. Nelson goes back the other way with speed. He comes in, puts on the brakes. And E-step. E-step getting a little feisty out there with Nelson. The Mohawks skated back in and make some moves. Sticks tied up. Gets quick shot off. Woods there to tie him up. Jones able to make that save. Nelson picks it back up again. Makes another move. And they put a quick shot on. Rebound. Another shot on. And Jones was able to track that. It's picked up behind the net by Davis. Davis sends it to Call. Call, E-step, Davis, come in. Ben Call with a move there, a little behind his own back pass, and E-step with a hit over there on the side. The game's getting a little bit rougher and they're letting things go, so I guess they must be getting short on time here. Just letting this play out. But Mohawks come back in. Woods puts a shoulder on him. Puck goes free. Goes the other Mohawk. He's not able to get his shot off. Woods off the wall behind the net. Over to Davis. Sent back out to center. Woods there to defend. Shot put on. And a rebound comes out. Another shot. And Jones is able to track that one too. Keep that out. Puck sent over to Woods. Woods sends it behind the net, and it goes to the corner. Into my blind spot. Puck sent back out to Snyder. Snyder's going to move in. He's going to take a hard shot from the top of the face-off. It goes wide. Battle in the blind spot. Call comes out with it. Call skates through center. He's going to try to dump it in. He gets bumped by Snyder, and they're going to call him. I thought they were going to call a penalty on that, but looks like it may just be your standard old offside. 6:53 remaining. This looks like it's a running clock. I don't know why. Might be a tournament rule, maybe running out of time. I don't know. But anyway, off the face off. Goes back to Holly. Holly trips. On the far wall, Atkins bumps into another Mohawk. Mohawk, Young, she dumps it in. Goes to the corner. Atkins picks it up, moves it on around to Miller. It comes back out to, guess who, Snyder. He's going to dump it back in. Atkins goes to the corner for it. Battles. Mohawks behind the net. Send it right into the slot. He tries to fire a shot off. And he's tied up by Miller, who breaks free. And Snyder is going to catch up with him. And Snyder puts a big slash on to knock the puck free. But he's going to get a penalty. So Holly has it now. And Holly sends it back to Adkins. Adkins over to Miller, and Snyder bumps him down. So we got a slash. Slash, and then he's taken down. So hopefully we'll get 2 penalties on this. But it looks like we're just going to get the slash. So I don't know what their coach is arguing about, but that was a big old slash, and they're winning by 5, so who knows? Anytime we can get Snyder off the ice, though, we'll take it. while trying to keep it in. Adkins picks up in the corner. He sets up. He tries to send a centering pass to Holly. He's not able to get his stick on it. Woods puts a hard shot on it. It goes wide. Mohawks pick it back up. They skate it out. I think Nelson's thought he was going to break free there, but Woods is able to catch up with him, tie him up behind the net. Goes back out to defense, and a shot put on Jonah, who's able to glove that down. These teams were at the hotel last night, hanging out and playing mini hockey together. I don't know if we're still friends after this. I'm sure they'll be fine. Once the game's over, we'll get back to the hotel, everybody settles down. Be fine. It's a good team. I knew we were going to have our hands full, but Nelson has it. He skates it back into his own zone behind the net. Holly goes to put pressure on him. Holly gets possession for a second, and it goes right back to Nelson. Nelson's going to send it back out to the blue line. Mohawk skated in. Stick lift. He's still able to get his shot off. Jonah able to save that one. And Miller with a saucer pass over to Jake is not able to get control of that. Jake pokes it back to center. Adkins ties up the Mohawk. Comes to the boards. And apparently Adkins is going to go to the box now for slashing. 8 seconds left on the first penalty, so we're going to go shorthanded here in 8 seconds. 5:50 left in the third period. We lose Adkins, and Snyder comes back. But he is going to the bench. So back to, Mohawks are back to full strength. Snyder went to the bench, so I guess he'll be back out next shift. Shot count is 7 for the Wild and 39 for the Mohawks. Mohawks win the draw, goes back to the blue line. And it is sent back the other way by Getz. In deep, no ice. Nelson skates it from behind his net. He goes across the blue line, across the center, across the other blue line. He is skating around, but Johnny Wade's able to knock that away from him. Wade, Nelson, another Mohawk tied up. They try to get a shot. They're taking some whacks at Jonah, and play is stopped. And the clock still runs. 4:35, 34, 33. Mohawks skated in. Gets on to the stick of Barry, who's going to carry that out by himself with authority. He skates all the way back. He's at the top of the face-off. He gets tied up by a Mohawk. And battle for the puck. It pops back out to neutral, picked up by Ryan from the Mohawks. Ruth skates after it. Woods there to put Ryan into the wall. Little, it ain't rubbing, it ain't racing. That's sent back to Barry. 5:30 remaining. Barry sends it up to Gibson. And it's sent back to neutral ice. Ruth picks it up. He chips it back end over to Gibson. Gibson's coming back the other way, catching him on a line change. Gibson puts a shot on. And it is turned away by the Mohawks. Mohawks come up with it in their own zone, skate through neutral. He skates around, he backhands to another Mohawk. It is picked up by Young. Young's going to skate through, and it feeds another Mohawk there. And they try to center it up. It goes back to the high slot, and a shot, it gets blocked. Mohawks send it back in deep. And it is sent back out, and that is going to be off. With 2:25 left on a running clock in the third period. Mohawks get behind our net, send it to the high spot, so a quick shot on Jonah. He's able to get a pad on that, turn it away, send it back to the corner. Mohawks pick it up again, minute 44 left. Send back. He has plenty of time to set up and fire a shot off there, right in the slot. And Jonah is able to make that save. We line up for a face-off again with a minute and 37 seconds left. Now they have stopped the clock. And for some reason put another point on the board. Now the clock started again. I don't know what's going on. I think they thought they scored, but not that time. E-Step picks it up behind the net. He skates it around. He comes out with some speed. He is met by the big Snyder over there, and he's knocked down. Turn over to the Mohawks. Mohawks go behind our goal. Nelson puts on the brakes, skates it back out, sends it to Snyder. Snyder sends it ahead. The Mohawks send it back in. Swanson picks it up behind the own goal. Send it back out to Nelson, who's going to send it back in deep. 56 seconds left. It comes out. E-Step able to poke that out in the neutral zone. He chases after Snyder. Snyder sends it over to another Mohawk. He sends it ahead to Smith off his skate. It goes in. Deep into the zone. 36 seconds left. With a hard shot put on, Jonah able to turn that away. And Snyder picks it up. He skates around behind the net. He sends it straight out front, but nobody there to get their stick on it. Davis able to take that away, and he gets free. He's got Nelson on him. He makes a quick shot, or I thought he did. And he sends it right out front to Ben Call, who's not able to get control of it quick enough to get a fire shot off. Getz picks it up at the 0.7 seconds left. Nelson back to the Mohawks, back out to Cash at center ice, and that is going to be it as he makes a shot at the buzzer for some reason. So there's your game, folks. Final score 2-7 in the at the end of 3 periods, with a total of, at least what's on the scoreboard now, is 7 shots on goal to 39. So that is your final score. Again, we'll be right back here at 12:30 for the Chiefs game. They also take on Morgantown. And then we'll be back here for another middle school game at 5:30 this evening as we take on the Carrick Raptors. And then after that game, we will put some information out on when and where the next, I know where it's going to be, when the next game will be in the morning, depending on where we end up. But I would imagine we may end up seeing this team again in this tournament sometime tomorrow, I would imagine, but we'll see how everything shakes out. But thanks everybody for watching, and we'll be back here at 12:30 for the Chiefs game and 5:30 for another middle school Wild game as they file out to the locker room. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a few.